Hi everyone, Stu Easy here from Palm Springs, California. Just want to send out a special thank you very much for Mr. Grant Cardone for helping save my life. 8 weeks ago I was 330 pounds and for the first time yesterday I weighed under 300. Working on that hustle muscle, baby. Now for the rest of you, what I want to do is I want to share with you what I've learned in the last 8 weeks, and that's Grant Cardone has provided us a roadmap to success and financial freedom in our lives. If we want it, all we have to do is follow these steps and you too can be a millionaire in 10 years or less. Now, the first thing we want to do is when we wake up in the morning, we want to be grateful for all the blessings that we have in our life. The second thing we want to do is we want to pick up our 10X planner, and if you don't have one, you can find one now at grantcardone.com. They're $35 and it'll help you organize your life and keep you right on track. It's a must-have. Now, the first thing we want to do is on the left-hand side of that, at the top of the page, we want to write down the date. Underneath that, we want to fill in all that white space of all the things that we're going to do that day. Now, on the right-hand side of the page, at the top of that, we're going to write down our short and long-term goals. Underneath that, we're going to write down our specific target goals for that day. Underneath that, we're going to write down our quote of the day, which gives us a chance to be creative, and my creative juices were flowing this morning, and what I wrote down was, success is my duty, my obligation, and my responsibility. Now, underneath that, what we're going to write is we're going to write down the successes that we have that day. We want to keep those fresh in our mind to encourage us to keep going. Then the last thing we want to do is at the end of the day, write down our goals, short-term and long-term, once again, just before we go to bed. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to read for at least 1 hour every day. Now, for myself, I have a chance to do that first thing in the morning. For others, you may not have a chance until later before you go to bed. Whatever time of day it is, at least put in 1 hour. Now, let me see a show of hands for those of you that aren't salespeople. All right. For those of you who don't think you're in sales, I'm going to recommend the book Sell or Be Sold. Now, what this book demonstrates is that we are all salespeople in life. Whether you're trying to sell your point of view to other people or whether they're trying to sell their point of view to you, we are all salespeople. Now, it could be something as small as wanting pizza instead of macaroni and cheese that night, or it could be going to the beach instead of the park. Whatever it is, we are all salespeople. Now, the second book I'm going to recommend is If You're Not First, You're Last. Now, this is Grant Cardone's New York Times best-selling book. And what this book demonstrates is that you want to be the first in the minds of your consumer. Now, if you're not first, you're last. If you're first, you're going to have an opportunity to close the deal. Now, we all know that you have provided no service to your customer until you get your product or services in their hands and close the deal. So the third book I'm going to recommend is The Closer's Survival Guide. And what this does is it demonstrates many different ways to overcome any objections that your customers may have. Helps you close the deal. And the last book I'm going to recommend is the 10X Planner. Now, for all you go-getters, wannabe players, this is the book for you. What this book demonstrates is that you want to be in the top 20% of your field. This book will show you how to get there. Now, we all know that in the top 20% of the field is where 80% of the money is. Now, we want our share of that. Okay, so now, because we're all human beings, we learn many different ways. What we want to do is we want to learn audibly. Now, what Grant Cardone currently has is a $1 million package that they usually sell for $800, which is now on sale for $229. It's called Grant on the Go. What it has is all 4 of those books dictated by Grant Cardone. I think it's over 40 hours of audio that you can listen to on your way to work, on your way home from work, or any time you have a little bit of downtime. Now, on top of those 4 books, what it has is 100 different ways to stay motivated. Now, people, we all know that we need to stay motivated in life, and this is a surefire way of learning how to get there. Now, for those of you that are car salesmen, Grant has an online web-based platform that guarantees that you increase your sales revenue by 15% by showing you how to capitalize on those missed opportunities. Now it's called Cardone On Demand. If your dealership doesn't already have it, run to your manager and tell him about it. It'll save him time and it'll make you money. And that's why we're in business. The second online platform that Grant has, and for those of you that are real estate agents, multi-level marketers, selling B2B, any of those types of people, if you're an entrepreneur, he has a program called Cardone University. And what it does is it goes through different levels from beginner, intermediate, advanced to masters. If you want to get your master's in selling, you want to get this program, Cardone University. It's the way to go. Now, if we put all these steps together, this will guarantee us success in life, in business, and guarantee us success for financial independence and financial freedom. Now, if you're like me and you want these things, do these simple steps and you'll get there. I promise you. Now, thanks again, Grant, and for all the rest of you out there, be great, because nothing else pays. Tell them Stu Easy sent you. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.